Welcome to Better English.
Speak English with confidence.
In this video, you will master the weekend plan. Listen, repeat, and speak. Hello everyone, and welcome to Day 07 of our 30-day shadowing challenge. This is a very special milestone because you have successfully completed your first full week of daily practice. This topic is essential for your social life and your ability to describe your future intentions in English. We are going to learn how to talk about our free time using natural daily English for an A2 level.
I am so happy to be here today. Learning to talk about your free time and your weekend is a very important skill for daily English and reaching an A2 level. When we can talk about our plans, we feel more connected to the people around us. It is a wonderful way to start a conversation with a friend or a colleague. I am excited to see how much our students have improved after 1 week of practice.
That is right, Grace. Having a plan for the weekend is not just about having fun. From a medical perspective, planning your rest is vital for your health. It helps your brain transition from a state of high-stress productivity to a state of recovery. When you have a clear plan, you reduce your cognitive load. This means your brain does not have to work as hard to decide what to do next. This allows you to truly rest after a busy week of work or medical school.
Exactly. It is about balance. Before we start our conversation, let's explain the method for our new listeners. David, can you tell everyone how this works? We want everyone to feel comfortable and know exactly what to do to get the most out of this shadowing lesson today.
It is very simple. First, you will listen to Grace and me have a natural, slow-paced conversation. Then, we will highlight a specific shadowing sentence. I will say that sentence twice. You must repeat it after me both times. Try to match my speed, my rhythm, and the way I stress certain words. This is how you build muscle memory for the English language.
This practice helps your mouth get used to the sounds and the music of English. It builds your confidence and your speaking speed. You will notice that your pronunciation gets better every time you repeat a sentence with us. Are you ready to start planning your perfect weekend with David and me? Let's get started.
I am ready. I have been looking forward to this session all day. We are going to cover everything from Friday night relaxation to Sunday evening preparation. Let's look at how we spend our Friday nights and prepare for the best, most restorative weekend ever.
I am very excited too. Friday night is the best place to start because that is when the magic begins. It is the time when we can finally stop thinking about our lists and start thinking about our hobbies.
It is the perfect way to begin our 7th day together. Let's start with part 1, where we focus on that wonderful feeling of finishing the work week.
I am ready. Let's begin part 1 and talk about that wonderful Friday feeling.
I agree. Let's dive into the details of a great Friday evening and set the tone for the next 2 days.
I am ready. Listen closely to our voices and get ready to speak out loud with us as we begin.
Friday evening is a very special time for almost everyone in the world. It is the bridge between your responsibilities and your freedom. For many people, the moment they leave the office or the hospital, the pressure starts to go away. It is important to acknowledge this transition. In the medical world, we call this the decompression phase. It is the time when your cortisol levels finally begin to drop and your body starts to relax.
I agree with you, David. Friday night is like a deep breath for the soul. We have worked hard all week long, and now it is finally time to stop thinking about tasks, deadlines, and schedules. It is very good for our mental health to have a clear end to the work week, so we can truly enjoy our personal time without thinking about our jobs or our studies.
Yes, exactly. Friday feels like a reward for all your hard work. But to start the weekend correctly, you need to announce to yourself and others that the work is finished. This creates a mental boundary that is very healthy for your mind. Our first shadowing sentence is perfect for this exact moment. You should use this when you finish your very last task on Friday afternoon. Listen carefully and repeat it twice after me.
That is a great idea. Saying it out loud makes it feel real and official. When you say you are finished, you give yourself permission to relax. It tells your brain that you don't have to think about work anymore. I always feel a heavy weight lift off my shoulders when I say those words at the end of the day. David, let's hear that first sentence so our students can practice it.
I am finally finished with my work for the week. I am finally finished with my work for the week.
That sentence makes me feel so happy. It is like a signal that the fun is about to start. I think everyone should say this sentence with a big smile on their face. It really helps to change your mood and prepare you for a restful evening.
That feels very good to say, doesn't it? It is a powerful sentence for your brain. Now let's think about the next 48 hours of your life. When you have a plan, you feel more organized and calm. You don't wake up on Saturday morning wondering what to do with your time. You already know your goals. This prevents something called decision fatigue. This is when your brain gets tired from making too many small choices throughout the day.
Planning is the key to a stress-free life. If I know what I am doing on Saturday, I can sleep much better on Friday night. I feel calm because I have a map for my weekend. It stops me from wasting my Saturday morning just trying to decide what to eat or where to go. It makes everything flow better and feel more relaxed.
It is a great strategy for a peaceful life. This next shadowing sentence shows your excitement and your positive attitude toward the upcoming break. It is very common to say this to colleagues or friends as you leave the building for the weekend. Listen and repeat after me.
I love that sentence. It is full of hope and positive energy. When you say you are looking forward to something, it makes the waiting feel like part of the fun. It gives you something nice to dream about while you finish your last few hours of work.
I am looking forward to the weekend. I am looking forward to the weekend.
It is a wonderful phrase. I use it all the time with my friends when we are texting each other on Friday afternoons. It is very simple but very effective for connecting with people and showing that you are in a good mood.
It is a simple sentence, but it is used every single day in English-speaking countries. You can say this to your boss, your classmates, or even your neighbors. It shows that you are happy and ready for a break. Grace, I usually like to spend my Friday nights very quietly. I think it is important to recharge immediately so I can start my Saturday with a lot of energy. What about you?
I usually like to spend my Friday nights very quietly so I can start my Saturday with a lot of energy. I usually cook a nice, simple meal and watch a movie I like or read a few chapters of a book. It is my favorite way to transition into the weekend. It feels like a small holiday every single week when I sit on my sofa with a cup of tea.
That sounds like a very healthy way to spend the evening. I usually prefer to order some food so I do not have to wash many dishes. It is my small way of being kind to myself. Now let's think about the activities we can do. Some people like to go to the cinema on Friday nights. It is a good way to escape into a different world for 2 hours and forget about work.
I love the cinema. The smell of popcorn and the big screen always make me feel like I am on a real holiday. But sometimes, staying on the sofa with a warm blanket is even better. It is all about what makes you feel comfortable and happy after a long week of hard work and focus.
That is true. Reading is a very active way to relax your mind and learn something new. Our next sentence is about making a simple plan for the evening. When you have a plan, even if it is a small one, you feel more in control.
That is a great plan. Watching a movie is a very popular Friday night activity for many people. It allows your mind to wander and rest without any pressure. It is a very gentle way to start your free time.
I am going to watch a movie tonight. I am going to watch a movie tonight.
I think I will do the same tonight. It sounds very relaxing. It is a perfect way to end the work week and begin our time of rest. I hope everyone enjoys their Friday evening as much as we do and gets a very good night of sleep.
Now it is Saturday morning. The sun is up, and it is the start of your first full day of freedom. Many people have the habit of sleeping for a very long time on Saturdays. They call it catching up on sleep. However, If we look at the facts of sleep medicine, it is actually much better to keep a similar wake-up time every single day. This keeps your circadian rhythm, your body's internal clock, stable and strong.
That is very interesting information, David. I did not know that sleeping too much could actually make you feel more tired later in the day, but it makes sense. Our bodies like a routine and they like to know what to expect from us. Even if it is the weekend, waking up at a normal time helps us feel more awake and focused for our fun activities. It gives us a longer day to enjoy.
Exactly. If you wake up at a consistent time, like 8 o'clock, your body knows exactly when to be alert. This gives you a much more productive morning. I personally like to finish all my tasks or chores before noon. If I finish my cleaning and my shopping early, I can enjoy the rest of the day without feeling any guilt or stress. Here is a useful sentence about your Saturday morning habit.
I do the same thing. I love the feeling of a clean house on a Saturday morning. It makes me feel like my mind is clear and organized too. If I leave my chores for Sunday evening, I feel heavy all Saturday afternoon because I know I still have work to do. Finishing them early is the best way to be productive and happy. It makes the rest of the weekend feel completely free.
I usually wake up at 8 o'clock on Saturdays. I usually wake up at 8 o'clock on Saturdays.
That is a very good goal. 8 o'clock is early enough to have a long, beautiful day, but late enough to feel like a nice break from the early work week. It is a good balance for anyone who wants to stay healthy and productive.
After I am out of bed, I usually make a list. Saturday is the big day for chores. These are the small, repetitive jobs that keep our lives running smoothly. For example, cleaning the kitchen, vacuuming the floor, or doing the laundry. Even though they are not always fun, doing them provides a sense of accomplishment. This releases a small amount of dopamine in your brain, which makes you feel happy and successful.
Those are very common tasks that we all have to do. I think everyone has to do laundry and clean their rooms at least once a week. It is a shared experience for all of us, no matter where we live in the world. It makes our living space feel much more comfortable and welcoming for our time of rest.
Let's practice a sentence about these household tasks. This is very important vocabulary for A2 and B1 level learners because these are the words we use every single week. Listen to the rhythm of this sentence and repeat after me.
I will repeat that one with you. It is a very practical sentence for daily life and for your English vocabulary. We all need to talk about our house and our chores from time to time.
I need to do some laundry and clean my room. I need to do some laundry and clean my room.
Exercise is so important for our well-being. It is not just about our physical bodies. It is about our mood and our happiness too. When we move, our brain releases chemicals that make us feel positive and confident. It is a perfect, healthy way to start a Saturday morning and wake up your entire system.
Once the house is clean, I often feel like I need to move my body. After sitting at a desk or studying medical books all week, physical activity is the best medicine. It improves your blood flow and helps your muscles stay flexible and strong. So my next plan is usually the gym or a long walk. Let's practice this sentence about exercise.
I love the gym, but I also love a walk in the fresh air. Both are great for the body and the mind. It depends on how much energy I have when I wake up. But the most important thing is just to get moving and start the day right.
I will go to the gym for a quick workout. I will go to the gym for a quick workout.
I agree. Balance is the secret to a happy life. We should not be too busy, but we should not be too lazy either. Working our muscles helps our brain relax, and working our brain helps our body rest. It is a very important cycle to maintain for long-term health.
It is all about the balance. If you work your brain all week, you should work your muscles on the weekend. It creates a very healthy symmetry in your life. It is important to stay active even when we are resting.
I always feel better after a healthy breakfast. It gives me the energy to go to the supermarket and finish all my errands for the week. I think breakfast on a Saturday is a special time because you don't have to rush to work. You can sit and enjoy your food properly with a cup of coffee.
Yes, breakfast is the fuel for your day. I like to eat something with a lot of protein on Saturday mornings. It keeps me full while I am doing my errands. Let's practice a sentence about eating.
A big breakfast is a great Saturday tradition. I like to have some eggs and some fresh fruit. It makes me feel strong and ready for anything. I'm ready for the next part of our day now.
I am going to eat a big breakfast today. I am going to eat a big breakfast today.
That is the best way to start. I hope our listeners are enjoying their Saturday mornings and feeling ready for some social time. Let's move on to the next part of our weekend.
By the time Saturday afternoon arrives, I am usually ready to see people. Social health is just as important as physical health. Humans are naturally social creatures. When we interact with friends, our bodies release oxytocin, which is often called the bonding hormone. This helps lower our blood pressure and makes us feel safe and connected to our community. A cafe is a perfect, low-pressure place to meet.
I agree, David. A cafe is a great environment for conversation because it is social but still quiet enough to talk. It is also a very common setting in English-speaking cultures. It is warm, there is usually nice music, and you can take your time. It is a very natural and relaxing place to practice speaking English with a friend. I always feel very comfortable in a nice cafe.
I agree, Grace. A cafe is a great environment for conversation. It is also a very common setting in English-speaking cultures. When you want to invite someone to join you, you need to use a polite question. We often use the phrase, "Would you like to?" because it is more formal and kind than just saying, "Do you want to?" Let's practice this invitation together.
That is a very polite way to ask a friend to join you for an activity. It is much better than being too direct or demanding. People really appreciate when you use kind language like, "Would you like to?" It makes the invitation feel special and friendly, and it makes people more likely to say yes and join you.
Would you like to get a cup of coffee with me? Would you like to get a cup of coffee with me?
That is a sentence I use every weekend. I love trying new cafes in my neighborhood and seeing what kind of coffee they have. It is a small adventure that I look forward to every week when I meet my friends.
If the weather is nice, I prefer to be outside. There is a lot of scientific research showing that spending time in nature, like a local park, can improve your focus and reduce feelings of anxiety. We call this green exercise. It is a great way to clear your mind after a long week of looking at textbooks or computer screens. It is very refreshing for the eyes and the mind.
I love that term, green exercise. It sounds so healthy and refreshing for the soul. I notice that when I walk in the park, I stop thinking about my phone and my emails. I just look at the trees and the birds and breathe the fresh air. It is very peaceful for the mind and helps me feel grounded and calm before the new week starts.
That is a great plan. When we talk about a plan we have already decided on, we use the going to form in English. This is a key grammar point for the B1 level. It shows that the decision was made before the moment of speaking. Let's practice this sentence about meeting friends at the park.
That is a very useful grammar point to remember. Using going to makes it clear that we have a plan and that we are committed to it. It helps the other person know that we are serious about meeting them and that we have saved time for them in our schedule. It shows respect for their time too.
I am going to meet my friends at the park. I am going to meet my friends at the park.
Meeting friends in the park is free and it is fun. It is one of the best ways to spend a Saturday afternoon, especially if you have a dog or if you just like to watch the world go by. It is a very social environment where everyone is relaxed.
Sometimes, these afternoon meetings turn into dinner plans. It is good to be specific about time when you are planning with friends. This avoids confusion and makes sure everyone arrives at the same time. Let's practice a common question for scheduling a dinner with friends.
That is a very useful question for everyone to learn. Sometimes parks or restaurants are very big and crowded. We need to know exactly where and when to meet so we don't spend our whole afternoon looking for each other. It saves a lot of time and prevents us from getting frustrated.
What time should we meet at the restaurant? What time should we meet at the restaurant?
I agree. I always send a message to my friends to confirm the time before I leave my house. It makes me feel much more relaxed knowing that everyone is on the same page. Good communication is the key to a good friendship and a good weekend plan.
Communication is the most important part of any plan. If everyone knows the time and the place, the evening will be much more relaxing for everyone. I also like to check the weather before I leave the house. It is a very practical habit to have.
That is true. Checking the weather is very important if you are going to the park. You don't want to get wet in the rain or be too cold. It helps you choose the right clothes so you can stay comfortable all day long and enjoy the fresh air.
It is always better to have an umbrella and not need it than to need an umbrella and not have it. Let's practice one last sentence for our social Saturday about the weather.
I hope so too. Sunshine makes everything feel more like a holiday. It makes people more cheerful, and it makes the park look beautiful. I hope our students have some sunshine for their weekend plans too.
I hope the weather stays nice today. I hope the weather stays nice today.
It really makes a difference to the mood. Now that we have enjoyed our social Saturday, it is time to think about a peaceful Sunday. I am ready to talk about the Sunday reset.
After a busy Saturday, we reach Sunday. In my opinion, Sunday should be a slow day. It is a time for what many people call a Sunday reset. This means you are not trying to be productive in the traditional sense. Instead, you are preparing your environment and your mind for the new week ahead. If you are always busy, your nervous system never has a chance to return to a state of calm.
I completely agree. Sunday should be about kindness to yourself. Many people experience the Sunday scaries because they are already worrying about Monday's problems before they even happen. But if we focus on a relaxing, predictable routine on Sunday, we can stay in the present moment and enjoy our very last day of rest. It is about protecting your peace.
I completely agree. Many people experience something called the Sunday scaries. This is that feeling of anxiety or nervousness that starts on Sunday afternoon when you think about Monday morning work or school. The best way to fight this is to have a relaxing, predictable routine. Reading a book, listening to music, or simply staying home can be very therapeutic for your mind.
I like to read a book with a big cup of herbal tea. It is my favorite way to reset my brain. It helps me slow down my thoughts and prepare for a good night of sleep. Staying home and being quiet is not boring. It is actually necessary for our long-term health and our ability to focus during the week.
Let's practice a sentence that describes this peaceful Sunday feeling. It is a simple sentence, but it is very useful for setting boundaries with your time when people ask you to go out. Repeat it after me twice.
That is a very important sentence to learn. Sometimes we need to say no to social plans so we can say yes to our own rest. It is okay to stay home and do nothing. It is a very healthy choice to make for your mental well-being and your energy levels.
Sunday is my day to relax and stay home. Sunday is my day to relax and stay home.
Meal prepping is a real lifesaver for me. I used to spend so much money on fast food during the week because I was too tired to cook after a long day of work. Now, I have my healthy food ready to go in the fridge. It makes my mornings much faster and my whole week feels less stressful and much more organized. I feel much better when I eat home-cooked food.
Another great part of a Sunday reset is meal prepping. This is when you cook your meals for the next few days in advance. From a nutritional perspective, this is a very smart move. It ensures that you have healthy, factual food ready to eat when you are tired after work on Monday or Tuesday. It prevents you from choosing unhealthy fast food.
I will repeat that sentence carefully. Health is the most important thing we have, and eating well is a big part of that. It is worth the time to prepare your food on a Sunday afternoon. I think it is a great habit for all our students to try.
It really does make the week much easier. Let's practice a sentence about this healthy habit. Pay attention to the word healthy and try to pronounce the sounds clearly.
I'll remember that. Preparing for the week is the best way to be successful and feel confident. When you know you have everything ready, you can go to bed with a clear mind and wake up feeling refreshed and ready for Monday.
I am going to cook some healthy meals for next week. I am going to cook some healthy meals for next week.
I will follow your advice, David. Going to bed early makes Monday morning feel much easier. It gives our brain the time it needs to recover and grow stronger. I am going to try to be in bed by 10 o'clock tonight so I can get a full 8 hours of rest.
Finally, to make sure the Monday morning transition is smooth, I always try to go to bed a little bit earlier on Sunday. This ensures I get a full 8 hours of sleep. Quality sleep is the foundation of all learning and memory. Without it, your brain cannot store the English vocabulary you learned today.
I agree. Being prepared is the secret to a happy life. It is about taking care of your future self so that you don't have to worry later. Sunday is the perfect day for that kind of care and attention.
Let's practice our sentence for a good night of rest. Listen and repeat twice.
I will definitely try to get to bed early. It is a good goal for the week ahead.
I need to go to bed early tonight. I need to go to bed early tonight.
I agree. Monday is just a new beginning, not something to be afraid of.
That is the best way to avoid stress. If you are prepared, Monday doesn't feel like an enemy. It just feels like another day of your life.
That sounds like a wonderful way to end the day. Warm water is very calming for the muscles and the nerves. It is a very gentle signal to your body that it is time to sleep and rest deeply after a great weekend.
A long bath is very good for muscle relaxation. It helps the body prepare for deep sleep. Let's practice one more sentence for the Sunday evening.
I think our listeners will enjoy that sentence. It is a very relaxing thought to have at the end of a long weekend. It helps the transition to sleep feel very natural and peaceful.
I am going to take a long bath and relax. I am going to take a long bath and relax.
It is the perfect end to our weekend plan. I feel very relaxed now. I'm ready to wrap up our lesson for today and see how our students are doing.
We have reached the end of our weekend plan. We went from the relief of Friday night to the productivity of Saturday, and finally to the restorative peace of Sunday. You have done an incredible job today. Shadowing for this long takes a lot of mental energy, and you should be proud of yourself for sticking with it until the very end.
You are right, David. Learning a language is like a marathon, not a sprint. We must be patient with ourselves and keep moving forward every single day. Every word you learn and every sentence you repeat today is a big step toward your goal of being a fluent and confident English speaker. You should be very happy with your progress.
That is a very good point. Your brain is like a muscle. Every time you repeat these sentences, you are strengthening the neural pathways responsible for English speech. You are becoming more fluent, one sentence at a time. Consistency is more important than intensity. Doing a little bit every day is how you achieve big results in the long run.
I love that idea. 10 minutes is something everyone can find in their busy schedule. It is much better to practice for 10 minutes every single day than to practice for 2 hours once a week. Small, daily steps lead to the biggest changes in your life and your English skills. Consistency is the secret to success.
Now it is your turn to participate. If you finish this entire lesson today, please type "I did it" in the comments below. We read your comments and we love to see your dedication to learning. It also helps other students feel motivated when they see so many people practicing together from all over the world.
It is so encouraging to see the "I did it" comments. We are a big community of learners from all over the world, and we are all helping each other grow and improve. Seeing your names in the comments makes us so happy to continue this 30-day series for you and with you.
Thank you so much for joining us for Day 07. Please remember to like this video if you found it helpful and subscribe to our channel, Better English. We are here to support you every single day of this 30-day journey toward better communication.
We are very happy to have you with us on this journey. This challenge is designed specifically for you, and we want to see you succeed and feel proud of your English every time you speak. You are doing a great job, and we are here for you every step of the way.
Tomorrow is Day 08, and we are starting a very exciting new week with a new focus. We are moving into survival English for real-world situations. Our first stop is the grocery store. We will practice everything you need to know for at the supermarket. It is going to be a very practical and useful lesson for your daily life.
I am very excited for the new week too. Survival English is so practical because these are the situations we face every day in the real world. I can't wait to visit the supermarket with all of you and learn some great new phrases for shopping and talking to staff.
Goodbye for now. I hope you have a wonderful, relaxing, and well-planned weekend.
Goodbye for now, everyone. Thank you for your hard work today, and I hope you have a wonderful, relaxing, and well-planned weekend.
Your English journey does not end here. Watch more videos and keep practicing.